Sip Blico, and the rest. I can't see all many newcomers on the call. I am told I would love to greet you all individually once the session of talk is over. And at 8 o'clock, when we are asked AiR, I'm told that there are some newcomers who are joining the call, and I would like to know you and wish you and greet you. Today we are on a Friday evening, and we are it's 7:30, just after 7:30, and I am here to share with you a new book that I have started to write. It's a very interesting book because it's not like one of those heavy books which I write. Normally, it's a so-called spiritual book, and the spiritual book has so much heaviness, right? So in this particular, what am I doing in this book? It's conversations on life. I'm sharing conversations, and it's called Conversations on Life with AiR. So today I will share with you some of these conversations. The book has actually 50 plus conversations. I can't cover 50 in one session. So I'll cover maybe about 20 conversations. And these are natural conversations. They are not some cooked up stories. This is not a theory book. It is not a novel. It is a real life. It is a real life experience that I have been having with people, not fairy tales, no masala added. What I actually speak to people. Don't think I'm adding chaat masala to the conversations. There is no masala added. So let's start. As I told you, I'll be trying to cover about 20 such conversations. So I fly a lot. You know that I fly a lot. And I'm going all the time in some plane or the other. So what do? Sometimes I talk to an air hostess, and that lady came in and she told me, so good morning. I said, who are you? I can't read. My eyesight has become a little bad. I can't see their badge. And I don't like to look so focus on their badge like that. So I asked, she said, I'm Smita. So I told her, don't tell me a lie. No, sir, really, I'm Smita, sir. I said, no, you're not Smita. Your name is Smita. She said, yeah, what's the difference? I said, if you are Smita, means you are Smita. When you were born, were you Smita? She said, no, when I was born, I was a baby. So I always tell, then I teased them. I said, if you were born as a boy, then you would not become Smita. You must have become Smith. You would have become Smith, not Smita. Smita can become Smith if the divine wishes. So whenever I meet people, wherever I go, today I'm at a place called the Khyber. Khyber is a place in Gulmarg. It's one of Kashmir's very best resorts. And I come sometimes 5 days, sometimes I come alone. These are called my solo retreats. Where normally somebody comes to assist me. Sometimes I say nobody to assist. So I come alone. So even tea, coffee now in between, I have to get up and quickly make hot water in between the call. So my dear friends, today also when I was doing some recording, one man came and told me, he opened one picture from his mobile phone. Are you this guy? Some foreigner philosopher. Then I said, no. Then who are you? What are you? They start talking. Sometimes they talk to me, sometimes I talk to them. And I explain to them what is life. See, people don't know. And when you tell people some things, for example, when I told Smita, when you meet an accident, suppose your car meets an accident, do you say, my car met with the accident? Sometimes you say, I met with an accident. Yeah? I met. No, but it's my car. It's not me. So when something happens to our body, it is our body, our leg, our hand that gets hurt. It's not me. So then I ask, who are you? I don't stop there. I go on. I mean, in this particular case, I was talking to Smita. As I was talking to Smita, on the next seat, there was Rakesh. And Rakesh said, very interesting. Rakesh said, oh, very interesting. So I told Rakesh, yeah, and it happened to be just a couple of days back. So he said, I'm a New Year baby. I said, what do you mean New Year baby? He said, I was born on 1st of January. And immediately I told him, your birthday is fake. So he was so upset. He said, what do you mean? He said, no, I can show you my ID card. 1st January, my birthday. I said, 31st December, call your mother right now. Plane is not taken off the ground. Call your mother. Ask your mother, were you dead on 31st December or were you alive? No need to call my mother. I know I was alive because the baby kicks in the mother's stomach. So I make people awake. I told him, I don't cut a birthday cake because we are born 9 months before. So I sometimes tease people. Then he was sitting and I played one of my bhajans. What bhajan I played to him? The bhajan was this. It said, नाम जो पुकार के मैं ये हूँ वो नाम भी मैं तो नहीं जन्म जब हुआ क्या नाम कोई था मेरा कोई नाम था नहीं नाम ये मिट जाए जब निकले शक्ति मैं तो हूँ वो शक्ति नेति नेति ये तन नहीं नेति नेति ये मन नहीं तत्त्वमसि मैं वो हूँ हवा में जो शक्ति मैं तो वही मैं ये नहीं आसमान में जो मस्ती मैं तो वही मैं ये नहीं. He was so happy. He said, I love songs. I removed a pen drive from my pocket and gave it to him. He said, for me. I said, yeah, for you. He said, but why? It costs so much. I said, it's okay. Everybody only thinks how much it costs. As if we brought anything with us, as if we will take anything with us. Nothing is ours. Still, we don't realize it. When I met, sometime back, I met Mrs. Mehta. Mrs. Mehta was telling, I said, Mrs. Mehta, where are you going? She said, I am going to Kailash Manasarovar. I said, why? She said, that's the place of Lord Shiva. You asked Sudeep? Sudeep went, Kailash Manasarovar. You asked Sudeep? He went. He tried to take appointment, but he could not get appointment. He tried online. He tried through temple. He wrote a letter to Lord Shiva and put in the hundi. Everything he tried. Shiva, Lord Shiva, I'm coming to Manas Sarovar, Kailash. I want to meet you. So I told Mrs. Mehta, let's go together. I also want to meet Shiva. And she started smiling. I told her, Mrs. Mehta, we have grown up with the lies that God lives in the skies. When are we going to overcome these lies? My dear friends, this world is full of ignorance. And people, they think they know everything. And the best thing I do is I tell them, yes, you know everything. I don't know anything. I'm an idiot. I'm a fool. I'm sorry. When people don't want to listen, then there's no point in pushing them. So such conversations I keep on having. And in the book, I am not, I don't write bhajans in the book, right? Because in the book, there's no bhajan possibility. But today's call, I said, let me add few bhajans because I also like it. You also like. So sometimes when I meet people, I sing. I sing also. Not only I have conversations. I told Mrs. Mehta, जब से हम छोटे से बच्चे थे, तब से ये झूठ सीखा हमने. प्रभु कहीं दूर आसमां में, प्रभु तो रहते कई स्वर्ग में. सच में तो प्रभु है एक शक्ति, आत्मा तो प्रभु की शक्ति है. आत्मा तो सच में परमात्मा है. हम है आत्मा परमात्मा है. हर इंसान में भगवान है. प्रभु पास है, कण कण में है. This is the greatest realization. But can people realize that God is inside you? People are not able to realize. You know, the greatest bliss of life is the Ruh, the Atma, the soul inside is Paramatma. But we are unable to realize this, my dear friends. Then I met one teacher. This teacher's name is Mrs. Singh. This teacher, Mrs. Singh, she used to go to teach children. So she used to go and tell children, winners don't quit and quitters don't win. And she would give children all kind of stories. Then she was telling, I teach my children to be successful. I teach my children to be successful. So I told Mrs. Singh, why do you teach your children to be successful? Because they should become miserable? She looked at me and said, are you crazy? Why would I teach them to be miserable? I am a teacher. I teach them to be successful because when they're successful, they'll be happy. So I told Mrs. Singh, you're very educated. She was an MPhil, PhD, some big designations, what qualifications there. I am to unpad gawar. You know that I am not educated. So I told Mrs. Singh, I said, Mrs. Singh, are all successful people happy? She thought for a moment and she said, no, all successful people are not happy. I asked another question. Are all happy people successful? She said, yeah. I told, why you're teaching children wrong things? she got the teacher, no, she's why are you teaching children wrong things? Please don't teach wrong things. I asked her the question. You are teaching all the children to come first in class. Huh? Can they come? Can they come? I asked Mrs. Singh, what are you doing? You're out of 50 children, you only 2 can come first, second in class. You want to disappoint 48. Mrs. Singh, by the time she went out of that meeting, her head was reeling. But you see, as long as people are of the mind, their mind will take them back. Kutte ki dum, kutte ki dum? Kutte ki dum means dog's tail. So my conversations continued. Then I met Robert. I was entering the airport one day, and the security guard was asking Robert, sir, give ID card, sir, ID card. So then he found. He gave the ID card. He was running into the airport. He didn't take the ID card. By mistake, he walked inside. He came back running. Where's my ID card? Where's my ID card? I told him, hello. What are you so excited about? This ID card is very important. I said, your ID card, everything is fake. He said, what do you mean? How dare you say this? I'll put a case on you, he said. I said, don't get excited. I said, your name is not you. Your gender, male, is not you. Your date of birth is not your date of birth. Your permanent address is not permanent. He said, I want to talk to you. I said, come on, let's talk. So I took him for a cup of coffee. I took him to Cafe Coffee Day. There's a Cafe Coffee Day as soon as you enter. I took him there for a cup of coffee. I made him understand. Then he cooled down. He said, thank you for guiding me. I told him, the biggest goal of life is to find out who you are. Then I met another lady, her name was Rekha. And Rekha asked me the question, what is the purpose of life? She asked me. So I asked Rekha, is your purpose just to live and to die? She said, no, but what to do? I said, start a quest to find out who am I. She said, what do you mean find out who am I? I am I. Then I removed a book. I immediately removed a book and gave it to her. The book is called I Am Not I. She looked at the book. She said, what do you mean I am not I? I said, read the book. Read the book. This book is one of our best-selling books. Some millions of e-books have been downloaded around the world. So my dear friends, these conversations go on and on. Once I met one very dear friend of mine, he's called Ashok. And Ashok's favorite pastime is to go to Haridwar, to go to Rameshwaram. Ashok's favorite thing is to go to Rameshwaram and Haridwar and all these places. So then I asked my dearest friend Ashok. I told my dearest friend Ashok, Ashok, when you went to Rameshwaram, did you meet Rama? Because in Rameshwaram, you must have met Rama and you must have met Shiva and Hanuman. He started laughing. He said, no, sir, we cannot meet them. Then I said, when you go to Haridwar, will you meet Narad Muni? Who will you meet in Haridwar? So I was teasing Ashok. Then I try to make people understand. This Ashok lives in London. This Ashok of my friend Ashok, he lives in London. He comes from London, this Ashok. So I made him understand that God is a power. And if you pray to a statue, you keep on praying. A lot of people, they have a fight with their wife. I've seen people having a fight with their wife when they're buying statues. The husband will say, "No, ye murti achhi hai." The wife will say, "नहीं नहीं सोने की मूर्ति लेंगे." Husband says, "सोने के या चांदी के क्या फर्क पड़ता है?" They keep on fighting on the beautiful, how beautiful the murti is. Have you seen? You go to Bombay, you'll see big shops selling thousands of murtis. So my job is to help people to realize the truth. So then another person I met, he was Sunil, and Sunil was talking to me. He was a psychologist. The Sunil gentleman is psychologist. So he said, I teach people, I teach people how to make friends with the mind, Oh, very good. You teach people how to make friends with the mind. How can you make friends with the mind? He says, you must always talk to your mind. And you talk to your mind and you tell your mind. Just today, I was trying to sleep. Today. The mind is not letting me sleep. The mind is going on. Till I finally told the mind, "Hello, Mr. Mind, just get out. Just get out." And I pushed the thoughts out. Then I told Sunil, "How do you find peace?" Oh, he said, "That's very difficult." I told him, "I'll teach you a simple thing. Peace you don't have to find. The mind." So the psychologist became friendly with me. I tell something. I meet many people, and they all are very happy when they talk to me, but they are happy only for 10 minutes. I know after 10 minutes, most of the people, I don't know how many of you are like that, I don't know. Many of you in this call, after this call is over, in Kannada they said, "Nai bala donku." Nai bala donku means kutte ki dum. And dog stayed. Comes back like that. So then I told Sunil in that flight, सीखा जिसने शांति में ही संयम से मन को बांधना, संसार में जो है जीता, संसार में वो है डूबा. तुझे घर पाना तो करनी साधना, शांति में पल पल मैं जीऊं, शांति में तुझको मैं पाऊंगा, शांति बिन यूं ही मैं मर जाऊं, शांति बिन यूं ही मैं मर. मेरे अंदर तो है तू ही और कुछ नहीं बस है तू ही. We don't realize that God is inside here, but because we are lost in the noise, we don't hear the divine voice. The Lord is inside. We are unable. So my dear friends, these conversations go on. I met Vijay, and what Vijay said, I am believer in karma. Very good. What karma? What karma? He said, do good karma, only good karma, only good karma, only good. So I said, what do you mean? If you do good karma, what will happen? He said, you do good karma, karma equals moksha. So I told him, can you hear me? Hello? I hope you didn't lose me. When I told him, good karma does not mean moksha. Good karma means good janma. Good karma equals good janma. Will you remember? Good janma equals good. Good karma equals good janma. But moksha, you must have no karma equals moksha. No karma equals moksha. So I told Vijay, if you want liberation, you want moksha, nirvana, salvation, you have to transcend. Then of course the discussion continues. How can any human being not do karma? Then you have to explain. So these conversations are very interesting. One day I met Shanti, and Shanti was crying. She had tears. She had tears. So what happened? My brother got cancer. What a good boy, what a good man he is. I cannot tell you why bad things happen to good people. Shanti was crying. Why bad things happen to good people. Just to tease her, I told her, an apple tree. Have you seen mangoes? So she said, how can apple trees see mangoes? They come to my house. I said, you come to my house. In my house, I have an apple tree. In that apple tree, there's some mangoes. There are some pineapples. She started laughing. She said, you're trying to make me laugh, she told. I said, no. I explained, just like the seed you plant will decide the fruit on the tree, the deed you plant decides your destiny. Your brother's cancer is not because God is cruel. Your brother's cancer is because of a past deed. But she told me, I swear he's a good guy. I swear he has not done anything. I swear I know him. I said, do you know what he did in the last birth? She was silent. She had no answer. I said, karma goes on birth after birth after birth. So, my dear friends, what I'm trying to tell you is I keep on having conversations with people. And sometimes there's one funny story. I don't know if you've heard this funny story or not. The funny story is one day, one businessman, uh, he opened the car. As soon as he opened the car, a dog came and bit him. How? He got so angry. He went to the manager. He slapped the manager. He gave one slap to the manager. You're a useless fellow. Get out. You don't know how to do your job. Manager got sacked from his job. Manager went to his wife, and manager took a glass of hot water and threw on her wife's face because he had lost his job. The wife didn't know what to do. She went inside the room and she slapped her son. The son was a poor young boy. What did he do? Son did not know what to do. But mother slapped. He went outside the door. When dog was there, he kicked the dog. And that was the dog that went and bit them, that businessman who got a bite. So what this funny story is, that karma is a cycle. You can't escape. Of course, I find this story sometimes very funny. But I meet a lot of people talk to me about luck. Oh, many people. Then I tell them, please write down luck. They write luck, L-U-C-K. I tell them, you don't know the spelling of luck. Then they look. Sometimes, no, instead of L-U-C-K, some people write L-C-U-K. Because there's a famous brand of clothing. Everybody, it's called F-C-U-K. But people read it wrong way. Because a lot of people read it wrong. It's called F-C-U-K. F-C-U-K means French connection of UK. But people just purposely they put that board F-C-U-K for people to get attracted. So I told him, L-U-C-K wrong. Then I put P, P-L-U-C-K. I said, luck is not luck. It is pluck. So I find that all these conversations, I met one friend of mine, his name is Mr. Sadhwani. Mr. Sadhwani said, I don't have time for all these conversations. He told me, I have no time to talk. I have got a business meeting now. So I asked Sadhwani, I said, Sadhwani, what you earn, others will burn. Huh? Will you take 1 rupee with you? Then I told him the story of Alexander. When Alexander died, he put both his hands outside his coffin for people to know that Alexander the Great, when he was dying, he could not take a penny. So there another bhajan I sang for him on Sikandar. I have very beautiful bhajans on Sikandar. But my time is less. I have to let you ask questions. Then I met a man, his name is Mr. Davis. Davis. So I told Davis, hello, Davis. What is the purpose of your life? And Davis said, I am taking care of my children. I said, good. He said, wait. He said, wait. Children and grandchildren. So I told Davis, I said, very good. So you're spending your entire life making money for your children and your grandchildren. So I asked Davis, what is the name of your father? He told, from Smith. What is the name of your grandfather? He said, some. Then what is the name of your great-grandfather? He thought and he said. Then I asked him, what is is the name of your great-grandfather's great-grandfather? He said, I don't know. He said, I don't know. Then I told him, you are earning money for future generations who will not even know your name. I'm asking all of you, how many of you know the name of your great-grandfather's great-grandfather? Tell me. Come on, tell me. And you're busy taking care of the next generation. You take care of yourself. So I told Davis in these conversations. Then I went to, one day I was talking to Dinesh. Dinesh told, so 1 minute. He said, now wait, I cannot talk because of Rao Kalam. Rao Kalam means after Rao Kalam. I think in South India is very funny. South India has got Rao Kalam this time, that time. North India, there's no Rao Kalam. Bad luck only happens in South India. In Punjab and all, there's no Rao Kalam. I don't know how it works. So this fellow Dinesh, too much Nama, putting this Nama, this 3 white vibhuti, line of vibhuti, carrying the Rudraksh Mala. Then they call Ek Mukh Rudraksh, Panch Mukh Rudraksh, and they get cheated by all these people who are selling these Rudraksh. I tried to make him understand. Religion is just a kindergarten. I made him understand. We have to evolve to the university of spirituality. Then his friend, his name is Adarsh. So Adarsh immediately asked me, what do people seek in life? I asked Adarsh, you tell me what people want to see, what want in life. He said, everybody wants to be happy. I asked Adarsh, so how to be happy? He said, I don't know. I don't know. He says, because one day I am kabhi khushi, kabhi gum. One day I'm happy, one day I'm unhappy. How many, all of you are this way? How many of you have been happy from New Year's Day till today? Can you tell me? Not even been unhappy one moment? Anybody in this group? 1st January, 2nd January, 3rd January, 4th January, 5th January. Not even unhappy one moment? We slip into sorrow, whether it is today or tomorrow. We continue to be, sometimes we are glad, sometimes we are sad. Because we don't recite positive things. I will be happy today. Though the skies are cloudy and gray, no matter what comes my way, I choose to be happy today. You say that every morning? How many of you say tomorrow? How many of you say a prayer before you eat? Huh? Dasi Budrani. Dasi, you say the prayer Dada taught us. Dada taught us a prayer before we eat, and whenever we have a meeting to eat food together, we all sing. Thank you, God, for the food I eat. Thank you, God, for the friends I meet. Thank you, God, for the songs I sing. Thank you, God, for everything. So it becomes a habit. Whenever Dada would want to eat food, first everybody sings a song. So these are small rituals which are good. Then one day I was with a friend of mine. Her name is Nisha. And suddenly Nisha, she became silent. I said, what happened? And she told me, R.I.P. What happened? What R.I.P.? Then she told one of the person we knew, one of our college mates. We were in college together. She gave the name of one of our college friends died. So I said, what are you saying? R.I.P. She said, may the soul rest in peace. So then I asked her, what is the meaning? Which soul? What is soul? How soul will rest in peace? No, we say like that, rest in peace. Who should rest in peace? Many people, they say rest in peace because they bury the body. You bury the body under the soil and they will rest in peace. He will not rest in peace. He will rest in pieces. The person you try to, let's challenge tomorrow, you dig open the coffin. You will find pieces. You dare not dig open the coffin. You're scared to dig open the coffin because there'll be worms eating the whole body. So I explained the meaning. What is RIP and why we should not say RIP? RIP has no meaning. Then I met Rajesh, and Rajesh asked me, how many times the soul will take rebirth? A lot of people ask. In many scriptures they write, soul will be reborn 7 times. Soul will be hovering around for 13 days. You must do puja for 12 days. All, sorry to say, all rubbish, all garbage. But in my conversations, I teach. Then Sushil met me. Sushil told, oh, you're talking about you. Sushil picked up a book called Rebirth. And he came to me and said, your book, Rebirth. How can you prove there is rebirth? I don't agree there is rebirth. Then I asked him, do you believe in birth? Yeah, of course. Do you believe in death? Yeah, of course. Do you believe in karma? Yeah, more or less. So join the dots. Birth, karma, death. If you join the dot, comes back to rebirth. There is no option. There is no option. Then one of my friends who's in YPO, very rich man, Ajay. So I asked Ajay. I said, Ajay, what's your New Year resolution? He said, my New Year resolution, I'm bored of my Mercedes car. I said, so what are you doing? He said, I want to buy a private jet. Then I made him understand. I said, do you think you'll be happy with a private jet? By buying a private jet, do you think? I made him understand that pleasure cannot be as great as peace that comes from fulfillment. Then I met Radha. Radha was an old friend and she was in depression. She said, I'm getting suicidal thoughts. Sometimes I want to just feel like dying. Then I said, Radha, if you die, not only will you have all the pending karma will come back, but your suicide will multiply your karma by 100 and come back. She said, is it? Is it so? Are you sure? She said, I said, 200% sure. I said, what is happening in your life is your karma coming back. Accept it joyously. Don't reject it. So, my dear friends, I don't know whether you realize, but I finished telling you 20 conversations. And in this book, I'm covering over 50 conversations in a very natural style. Real life stories. Only the names I'm changing. If I put real names, if I tell story of Girish or Samatma or Chotwani, then they will say, what, sir, you are telling about me. So real names will not be used. But I hope in January, we will have this book ready and you can have a copy in February. 50 plus conversations. But the beauty is that you can ask questions every day on Ask AiR. But some of you don't want to. I think I'm thinking of changing this name of this call. Should we change? We will not call Ask AiR. We will call it Listen AiR. Because you all don't want to ask any question. So we will change the name, Listen AiR. Listen AiR, Listen AiR. Then just come and you should put your ear and listen AiR. No, you have to ask questions. Only when you ask questions, then only you will realize. So my dear friends, remember, a conversation, a question can lead to a realization, can lead to enlightenment. Therefore, we must always ask questions. Next Friday, I got a flash this morning, and I'm going to speak to you on what have we done to this beautiful world SIP created. SIP created this beautiful world. What a beautiful world. If I look out of my window, I see beautiful mountains and I see beautiful trees and snow and birds. What have we done to this beautiful world SIP created? SIP has created this world and we have made such a mess of this world. So that is next Friday. But today, I think my time is over. I will give you over the unmute all, and we will move into question answers. Yes, please. Who are the spiritual champions for today? Who is going to start? Ashok Chotwani. Yes, Ashok, come. Please unmute, Ashok. Ashok, please unmute.
Shivam, sir. Yeah.
Shivam, Ashok.
Sir, my question is how to remove ignorance of people regarding God. That God is not God, but God is SIP.
You think ignorance is like dirt in a room which you can sweep with a broom? You think ignorance, you cannot take a broom and sweep ignorance out of the room. It is not easy. Yeah, so the only way to God realization is self-realization. There is no shortcut. Ashok Chotwani, you cannot, sometimes you try to explain SIP, you cannot explain. Don't even try. You have to start with Neti Neti Tattvamasi. You have to start with self-realization. Aham Brahmasmi, Shivoham. Then only you can go to God realization. Can you go to how to get a graduate without going to nursery class? Can you do? Can you go to graduate
No.
without nursery class?
No, sir.
So first you must pass the nursery class. First self-realization, then God realization. You know, Ashok Chotwani, if it was so easy, why will 99% of the people in this world not realize God? 99% of the people in this world, because they think God lives in the skies. They are taught these lies.
Yes.
Rekha Parwani.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Shivoham,
Shivoham.
how do we abandon karma? Because every day is a challenge. So I know we have to realize.
Yeah.
But can you tell me further
Just like I told Ashok Chotwani, the only way to realize God is through self-realization. The only way through to karma is Karma. To realize karma is action, the law of action. Action will lead to reaction. The reaction will go on till rebirth. Mind and egos carrying the karma. Only when you realize this, can you abandon. If you don't realize that the mind and ego, who's carrying the karma, Rekha?
Mind and ego.
So if you want to remove the karma, who should you first remove?
The mind and ego.
That's the answer.
Yes.
You're not able to remove the mind and ego. How to remove the mind and ego? So easy. You can remove the twin towers. It's possible. But mind and ego you can't remove. Removing twin towers is not difficult. You can blast it. But mind and ego removing is very difficult. So if you remove the mind and ego, then there will be no karma. Then you have abandoned karma. To abandon karma, abandon the body, mind, and ego.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Vivek?
Sure, मेयर जी.
Shivam, Vivek?
जी, जैसे चिदानंद जी बार बार कहते रहते हैं द्वैत अद्वैत, आप एक शब्द यूज करते हो ड्युअलिटी, इसका मतलब क्या होता है?
द्वैत और अद्वैत. द्वैत का मतलब दो, अद्वैत का मतलब दो नहीं. ओके? द्वैता का मतलब दो और अद्वैता का मतलब दो नहीं. अद्वैता दो का मतलब है मैं और प्रभु दो अलग अलग है. अद्वैता बोलता है मैं और प्रभु अलग अलग नहीं, एक ही है. अद्वैत का मतलब यह है कि I and you, we are not the two bodies that we appear to be. We are two souls, and two souls are both sipped. हाँ? ये आप ये जानते हैं? हनुमान और राम का कथा जानते हैं? वो मैं हमेशा मैं बोलता हूँ, जानते हैं विवेक?
हाँ जी,
बोलो,
हम
बोलो,
एक ही हैं.
बोलो,
वो
बोलो.
हनुमान जी राम जी हनुमान जी से पूछते हैं कि हम दोनों में क्या संबंध है, तो हनुमान जी राम जी से कहते हैं कि मैं आपका दास हूँ इस दुनिया में, पर असल में हम दोनों एक परमात्मा के ही रूप है. हम
अरे
दोनों
वाह.
एक ही हैं. इस हिसाब से
अरे
हम
वाह.
दोनों एक ही.
आपको गा के बोलना है. गा के बोलो.
गा के तो एज नहीं आता.
कौन गा के बोलेगा? मैं प्राइज दूंगा. कौन गा के बोलेगा? कोई गाएगा? मैं प्राइज देता हूं आज. बिकॉज गाना इजी है. हाँ? इसलिए अगर आप गाना गाएंगे, आप छोटा से बच्चे को पूछेंगे ना, वो बोलेगा हम तुम एक कमरे में बंद हो और चाबी खो जाए, वो कभी भूल नहीं करेगा. इन सॉन्ग यू डोंट मेक अ मिस्टेक. गिरीश, गिरीश सॉन्ग
मैं आधा गा सकता हूँ. एक दिन राम जी ने पूछा हनुमान से, मेरा तुम्हारा क्या रिश्ता है?
हाँ, फिर ये गाना
फिर हनुमान ने कहा, प्रभु दास हूं मैं आपका, लेकिन सच में आप एक आत्मा, मैं भी एक आत्मा, हम दोनों.
नहीं, वो तो विवेक ऑल्सो बोला, यू मस्ट सिंग. एक दिन श्री राम ने पूछा हनुमान से, तुम्हारा मुझसे क्या है नाता? हनुमान ने कहा, प्रभु दास हूँ आपका। हनुमान ने कहा, प्रभु दास हूँ आपका, पर अब जान गया मैं हूँ आत्मा। अब जान गया मैं हूँ आत्मा। मैं भी हूँ आत्मा, आप भी तो एक आत्मा है। मैं भी हूँ आत्मा, आप भी तो एक आत्मा है। फर्क कोई ना हमारा। राम जी प्रसन्न हुए हनुमान के एहसास से, बोला सच में हम सब परमात्मा परमात्मा। गाना में मजा है या बोलने में मजा है? हाँ विवेक, गा के आना। फिर आप गाएंगे तो फिर आप ये नहीं पूछेंगे द्वैता अद्वैता का फर्क क्या है। द्वैता मीन्स, द्वैता का मतलब है हनुमान राम अलग अलग है। अद्वैता मतलब हनुमान और राम एक है, दोनों परमात्मा के एक अंश है। एक एक अलग अलग अंश है बट एक ही है। ओके, नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन। क्लियर विवेक? यू आर क्लियर? Okay, Vivek is disappeared. Okay, who's the next champion? We've had 3-4 good questions today, but I want you all to ask, after so many conversations, I'm sure you have many things in your head. Come on, ask me.
Shivomer,
Shoham.
how to be in consciousness all the time?
Ah, very good. Consciousness means thoughtlessness. If you want to be in consciousness all the time, you must be in thoughtlessness all the time. To be in thoughtlessness all the time means you have to still the mind. You have to still the mind or kill the mind. If you still the mind, kill the mind, then you are thoughtless. Whenever thoughts come in your head, push them out. Push them out. So then only, I told you today, thoughts were coming to my head. I caught one by one and threw it out. Only when you push the thought out, then only you can reach the state of consciousness.
Then what about contemplation?
Contemplation is different. Contemplation is used of focusing on one thought. That can be consciousness. Contemplation is also can be a state of consciousness. If you are only catching one thought and you're contemplating on one thought, good. Yes.
So when you are contemplating.
Okay, Rekha, now you come back. Sip Kaumudi.
Yes, so like a lot of times I'm thoughtless and the mind is real peaceful, no thoughts at all, no worry. Sometimes in that state, after a while, I just get too bored. I mean, there is happiness in the start, but then after a while, let's say for 1 hour, I'm like that. Then I really get bored. Like I have to do something. Either I have to eat, or either I have to read something or call someone.
Very good.
So
Very
what
good.
about that?
Very good. Who's the master who will give the answer to this question? Let me get, I would give the opportunity for a master to answer. If master don't answer, I will answer. Which master will answer the question? Kaumud is saying, I am in consciousness, but I get bored. Many people are like that. They come and tell me, I get bored with all this, what you talk, very boring, boring, boring. So why this boring? Rekha Parvat, you're answering? Yes, Rekha.
We cannot be in one yoga.
Pay attention.
We cannot be in one yoga for long.
No, that is different. Cannot be in one yoga is correct, but she's saying something different. She's saying, I'm in consciousness and there's no thought and I'm very still and I'm very peaceful. But after some time, I become bored. Correct? No, Kaumudi, I captured your position. Kaumudi, this is so boring. This consciousness is so boring.
It comes back to the mind state.
No. So we have Girish and Aru who want to give answer. First Girish and then Aru. Girish.
My answer was the same. She is slipping to mind state.
No, she is not slipping in mind state. She is clearly telling she is in consciousness, but she is bored. So Aru, let me see if Aru can give the answer.
There can be no boredom in consciousness
Why?
because that's the state of soul consciousness. That is, there can be no Satchidananda is the state, no? That one.
Now you said the word, but you're not explaining correctly. Now explain.
So consciousness is the state of Satchidananda,
No,
and boredom can
consciousness is
happen
not.
only
No,
in
no,
mind
no.
state.
No, consciousness is not Satchidananda. Consciousness is only Chit. So what should Kaumudi do? She's getting bored in Chit. What is missing?
The Ananda
is
is
missing.
missing. I have to go to that state where
Yeah,
I
so-
come into such
Wait,
chit Ananda.
Kaumudi, you wait. You have to get the master's answer, then I will endorse. So,
Yes.
Eru, she's in Chit, but she's getting bored. Why she's not having the Ananda? Sach ka
Because she
aihsas
is
nahi.
not
Not in Satya.
Satya.
Satya
Satya is
Why
missing.
everybody answering out of when Eru gave the answer, we should give her a chance to explain it. Okay, so let me explain. She gave the answer correctly. So Eru to note the formulation of the answer and Kaumudi to note. Chit can be boring. Chit can be boring. You must have Satya Chit. Only when you have Satya Chit, then only you experience Ananda. Which means that what is the Sat Chit? Kaumudi, are you listening? What is the Sat Chit?
Yes, I
When
am
you are in the
listening.
when you are in the Chit of consciousness, then what must you do? Then you must say, Prabhu to hai har jagah, har shay mein wo hai. Then you will get Ananda. Then you must say, Main ek bansuri, Prabhu kuch bhi nahi. Then you must say, Main kya hu kuch bhi nahi, sab kuch tum. So when you are in the state of Sat Chit, there is no question of boredom. I am telling you. I am always in a state of Sat Chit Anand. Always. Till such time, the Sat is there, but the Chit goes away. Who steals my Chit? The Girish. Who steals my Chit, Girish? Tell
Mind.
no. Tell. Come on. Tell me.
Thoughts.
What
steal.
is what
Thoughts.
happened to my Satchidanand?
It is stolen. It man
Girish,
with
you are not in
dukkha.
consciousness. You are not in consciousness. Your words. I am asking to give your words, not my words.
Mit
When
man
my
dukkha.
now you came back to consciousness. This is not my word. This is your words. Man mithya dukkha is my words. No, your words. So when I lose my chit, then I become man mithya dukkha. You understand? You know, for example, today, somebody was talking to me that they were upset about death. And I was in chit. So what is immediately I told when I was in chit? What I told myself? I told myself, मौत की सच्चाई क्या है, हम कभी ना मरते हैं, हम तो इस शरीर से मुक्त होते हैं जब ये तन मरता है, हम तो अमर आत्मा है, आत्मा कभी ना मरती है, एहसास जब होता है हम तन मन्ना संसार से मुक्त होते हैं. So did you get the answer?
Yes, yes.
See, Eru
I
was
got
in
the
semi
answer.
Eru was in semi chitta and semi mind. So she got the answer, but the mind took her away somewhere. She said the chitta gave the answer, Satchidananda. But the mind, Girish was in chitta, but Girish's mind went away somewhere. Then the chitta came back. You saw both examples. How the chitta and man, you know how it is. Can I tell you? Sometimes you are having a network. Suddenly it goes from Airtel, Vodafone, Vodafone, Airtel, Airtel, Vodafone, Vodafone. You keep on losing network. Chitta and man is like that. Then you go from Satya to Mithya. Then you go from Ananda to Dukha. So, Kaumudi, from now onwards, when you are getting bored, what will you do?
I will connect to the Satyas,
Ah.
live in that Ananda.
When you catch hold of Satya and you are in the Chitta, what will happen?
Then I will be in Satchit Ananda. Then I will not get bored.
Correct. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yes, yes.
See, what an
I think
amazing
I
question.
got a very clear, I got a very clarity in my mind actually with
Not
that.
only
But
you got
thank you.
clarity, you gave clarity to 50 people, 60 people, 70 people on the call.
Thank you.
So when you have one good question, 75 people sometimes benefit. And hundreds of people listening on Facebook and Instagram, they all benefit. So please
Thank you.
ask good questions. Don't hold back. What a beautiful question which Kaumudi asked. So
Thank
please
you.
ask good questions. Thank you, Kaumudi. Next.
Can I ask one more question?
Yes, you
Can I
can.
ask
Nobody's
one-
on the no.
Okay,
Once
now
somebody else is
when
on the line.
yeah. Oh, I think we lost you. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, go. Please ask Kaumudi.
Okay. So my another question is that a lot of times I sit in meditation and I just love it. Like you are not there only. Like no time and no weather, nothing. You just forget. But some people say if you sit for hours like that, like just don't forget yourself. It's very bad. So should I continue to be in that bliss or should I get myself to down that अरे अभी इतना घंटा हो गया होगा, I have to get up. Like what is the right thing?
Your second question is connected to your first question. If you sit in meditation and you just sit like a Dumbo, you sit like a limbo, like a Dumbo, doing nothing, just silence. How long will you will obviously you will get bored.
No, there's no
How
boredom
long will you
there.
enjoy that silence?
No, there is bliss over
No,
there.
so let me
But-
tell you
Okay.
that then the bliss will happen if you fall asleep. Because let me tell you, in the state of meditation, the mind does not let us remain in that state for long, unless you lock yourself in such Chit Anand. Otherwise, it is very unlikely to be only in meditation for hours together. It is not likely. It is unlikely. It is not natural.
Okay, so you think I'm just like freezing my mind and there is no bliss? That's what are you saying that?
No, you are, no, I don't say that. When you are in that state of meditativeness, what is beautiful is there are no thoughts. So when there are no thoughts, it's nice, it's peaceful. There is no thought, you are very good. But that cannot go on for hours because the mind will not allow it. The mind will, unless you lock in Satchit Anand. If you don't lock in Satchit Anand, the mind will bring a worm and it will drop the worm in your head.
Okay.
It will not allow that.
Okay.
That is the nature of the mind.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next question. We have only 5 minutes more, ladies and gentlemen. Next question. When you have no question means you know everything. That means we don't need to have any question answer session at all. Huh? Can you answer all these questions? I told you, the day you can answer questions, you will be the master. You will be. Ask Samatma, ask Chotwani, ask Girish, ask Rumata ji. Rumata ji, आपसे पूछे सवाल? या आप हमें पूछेंगे? Unmute करो.
Guruji, I will ask you.
तो क्या ख्याल है आज क्या क्वेश्चन है आपके माइंड में?
Today I am listening, Guruji.
See, listening is good, but listening is not good enough. You know why? Because listening means you're actually a little bit controlled by mind. When you're in the mind state, you are listening. When you're in the consciousness state, you're asking. Do you understand?
Yes, Guruji.
When you're in the mind state, your mind says, suno, kuch mat puch. Aaj suno, kuch bhi mat. Don't ask questions, just listen. The mind does not want you. How Kaumudi asked 2 brilliant questions? Because it is important. When you are in consciousness, the intellect is activated. When the intellect is activated, obviously question will come because you want to discriminate. You will ask so many questions about your rituals, about your beliefs, about what somebody said, about what you read in some book, about what video you saw. Oh, every day I have 100 questions. For example, in tomorrow's session, I'm asking you all, what are the 5 most important things people want in life. I'm going to be at tomorrow's session. It came to me today as a question in my head. What are the 5 most important things people want? So this is tomorrow's session, not today. Chidananda Rupaha, Shivoham Shivoham.
Shivoham, Guruji.
Shivoham, sir.
I have got one perplexing question. Why
Yes, sir.
people misunderstand when we say ki don't get attached when you do action, and they interpret it as saying that why should I give up? How can I give up?
See, Chidanand, when you are telling them don't get attached, the people are thinking you're asking them to give up their loved ones, give up their family, give up everybody. Because you are talking from point of view of consciousness and they are listening from point of view of mind. You are talking from the view of consciousness. You're telling, see, don't be attached. Who told not to love? Chidanand.
Yes.
If I love you, that means am I attached to you?
No.
No, I love you. It's perfectly okay to love you, but I should not be attached.
Prema,
Imagine I say, Chidanand nahi hai to aaj hum call nahi kar sakte. Where is Chidanand? I want Chidanand. Then only ask her. Then how? That means I'm attached. Huh? Where is Shair? Rajesh Shair. If Rajesh Shair is not there, means we cannot have session. Where is Rajesh Shair today? Is there or is not there? Is there? No, if not there, means still session is on. No, I'm not attached. I love all of you. But I'm not attached to you. But the person listening to you, Chidanand, is listening from the mind point of view. Because the mind does not want to be detached. The mind, the moment there is detachment, it is the beginning of the end for the mind. The mind is starting to be eliminated. You're going to eliminate the mind. A lot of people, I know, many dear people, they cling to the mind. Sometimes I have to snatch the mind away from them. Sometimes I look at a person and say, oh, now you are in shaitan mode. I tell them, now you are in shaitan. Then after 5-10 minutes, I say, now you are in Bhagavan mode. Now you have come back to Bhagavan mode. Oh, that shaitan and Bhagavan happens in a flash. It's called it's known as the London weather. You know London weather? London weather, you leave your house, it's bright and sunny and shining. You go out
like
of the
Bangalore,
house.
we call it Bangalore weather.
Bangalore is not so bad. This is known as the London. London weather is supposed to be unpredictable. Yes. Unpredictable. So this Bhagavan and Shaitan is nothing but mind and consciousness. So when you are telling somebody, don't be attached, they are listening. They are listening as don't have good relationships. They are listening the wrong word because this is being interpreted wrongly by the mind. You got it? Yes. Is it now clear or not? So when you want to talk to somebody, so what sometimes I do now, when somebody is in mind state, I avoid talking. I wait for consciousness state. In consciousness state, you can talk anything. I will be taken in the right spirit. Mind state, if you give meetha also, they will say, kya kachra khilaya to? You give sweet also, they say, kya ye kachra hai? And if you are in consciousness state, you give 1 rupee also, they'll say, I'm so grateful to you. I'm so grateful to you. I'm so grateful to you. How come that gratefulness becomes battamezi in 1 minute? Because it's not their fault. It's not their fault. The person who are not listening to you correctly is in mind state. You should not, at Chidanand, you should evaluate mind state, consciousness state, then you must say. Don't say in the mind state. I hope I've given answer to your perplexing question.
Correct, yes.
Agree, huh?
Thank
Agree
you,
or not?
Yes. Got it, yes.
Thank you, sir. You are my Guruji, sir.
No, never.
So we have last 1 or 2 questions, then we will close. Anybody has 1 or 2 questions? Each of you, in your questions, every day you teach me something. Every day SIP comes through Chidanand. SIP came through SIP. See, Kaumudi's name only is SIP in Zoom. Her name she has changed to SIP. Ru Mataji is still Ru Kiran. She is not leaving Kiran because she doesn't want to leave that identity of Kiran. So because she wants, so some people we cling to our identity. And then because we cling, then we cannot become nothing. If we cannot become nothing, then we cannot become everything. The only way to become everything is to become nothing. Here's Rekha Chaudhary. Rekha Chaudhary? Okay, anybody else?
Shivam, sir.
Shivoham, Atmatray. Yes, sir.
Sir. Sir, is soul, Ishwar, or Poshimam combination of three is a ship. Yes, am I right? I don't trust the
No.
soul plus
No.
Ishwar plus Poshimam.
No, no. That is not how you should say. You must say, SIP is supreme immortal power. SIP appears as soul and appears as Posimam. Not what you are saying is soul plus Ishwara plus Posimam equals SIP. No. Ishwara is SIP. Ishwara is SIP. Ishwara appears as S and P, as soul and Posimam.
I see.
Everything is Ishwara. Everything is SIP. But the moment we say Ishwara, you start thinking of Shiva, you start thinking of Krishna. No. That's why SIP.
Yes.
Only SIP. So many people are liking the SIP. I get so many people appreciating. How many of you are trying to tell people SIP and greeting people SIP? Many, I've got hundreds of appreciations where people tell me SIP, SIP, SIP. Many people greet me SIP, SIP, SIP. I hope you are greeting people with SIP. What you are saying? Good morning. Good morning, good night, good, happy new year, good, bad. What a good, bad. Huh? Learn to say SIP. Learn to greet people with SIP. Somebody told me, I tell my wife, SIP, SIP. My wife thinks I'm mad. Let your wife think you're mad. You still say SIP till she loses her madness. Because she's mad. She doesn't understand. So you have to keep on saying SIP. Don't tell anybody good morning, good night. Stop all this good morning, good night business. Remove it. Just say SIP. SIP. SIP.
Okay. From tomorrow, I will start.
Only SIP. Yes. Ruth.
Yes. Thank you.
Ruth.
Shivoham, Guruji.
Shivoham.
Guruji, we say that in life some things change, but some things don't change. So what things change and what things don't change?
Who told you some things change and something don't change? In what context?
पूजा करना है दवाई रख दो इधर
In life.
पूजा करने का 10 मिनट के में
So what changes is like this. For example, some things don't change. Some things, for example, the mountains may be there. The mountains are Posimam. They will not change. But the tree in the mountain will keep on growing till it dies. That's one aspect. Then your prarabdha karma, it cannot change. It will come. But your agami karma can change. So it depends in what context you're asking me the question. In what context?
Because the nature of the people will not change. But the circumstances will change.
See, nature of a person can change. The nature of a person can change if that person transforms. Like a caterpillar, the worm becomes a butterfly. How it changes? It needs a transformation. It needs a metamorphosis. It's not easy.
But Guruji, if the person believes that I am perfect, I am not, then will not change.
Then they will remain as they are. Then you should not expect them to change. You should change. If they think they are perfect, then you should change. You should stop expecting them to change.
Yes.
Because if you are expecting them to change, then the problem is with you.
Yes. Then we have to stick to ABC. ABC we have to stick to.
See, because what happens, you can't change you can't change people. Oh, you can't change people. People must change on their own. So what I follow in my life, You know what I followed in my life? You know, I'm telling you all something new. You want to know before closing? I'll give you something new. Girish, you know what I follow?
Yes, yes,
Something new, I'll tell you.
yes.
I have a beautiful formula. Today I'm giving you a beautiful formula. Ready? Ruth Anu, you're ready?
Yes, yes, Guruji. Yes.
Be ready. The ball is coming in your hand. You have to catch it. Ready? Are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
When people don't change, when people don't change, I change people.
How is it possible?
When people don't change, I change people. Understood?
Oh, okay.
What? What's the meaning?
Yes, yes, yes. So we can change.
Huh? You are, when
Great.
people are not willing to change, either you have to accept it or you change the person.
Drop them.
But that is not easy. Huh? Some of you will say, but how can I change person? Huh? How can I? I can change my shoe.
Because
I
we
can
don't
change my
have
cupboard. I can.
detached attachment. We have attachment. We don't have detached attachment. How we will change?
No. So Ruth Anu, just to make it clear, you don't change people until you try your best to make people change. First, you try your best, you try your best, you try your best, you try your best, you try your best to make people change. But despite your trying and trying and trying and trying and trying and trying and trying, if people don't change, then what do?
We can't change the circumstances.
Then you can't, either you have two choices. You continue being in that situation or you change people. But that's your choice. I'm not telling you, don't say AiR told to change. No, I'm not. I'm telling you, I told you what I do. I'm not telling you to do it. I'm telling you to use your intellect to discriminate. Use your intellect to make an effort. Try your best to make people change. But despite your best effort, if people don't change, either you accept it or you change people. If you want to accept it, that's your choice. But if you don't want to accept it, you change people. My dear friends, thank you for your patience. We have finished an hour plus today, and it's a long session. So with that, I will bow down to you and I will look forward. Many new people have come to the call. Would any new person want to introduce yourself and say who you are? Any new person? And whether you like the call, you didn't like the call, any new person? Yes, sir, Rajendra Pandit. Would you like to unmute? Would you like to unmute? You know to unmute?
Can I talk to you later?
Yes.
Yes, Rajendra. Yes,
I am
Pushpa,
Rajendra
after the
Pandit.
call.
Can I talk to you later?
Yes, please. Yes, Pushpa, after the call. Rajendra Pandit, please introduce yourself.
I am Rajendra Pandit from Jammu.
Very good, sir.
I joined yesterday to today to the session, but unfortunately it was late. I could not join in time. So I'm very happy to see you, all of you, and Guruji to see you also on this lines. I am very interested in all these things. So I had a question, but I can't tell it today. Now I will take next time. I will tell you
tomorrow.
I will also the question.
Every day join us at 8 o'clock. Friday 7:30. Every day 8 o'clock. How did you come to? How did you come to this call? Who told you about this call?
I was just going through this Facebook. I saw the Facebook page and I liked it, and then I was introduced to this session.
We welcome you. We welcome you to the call. Thank you, Rajendra ji. Anybody else new who wants to introduce yourself? Anybody?
Hi, Namaskar, Guruji.
Namaskar,
I'm Amrendra and I am from Gurgaon. Joining for the first time here, and it was an absolute bliss. I am also a Kriya Yogi, just initiated about 10 days back, 15 days back.
Very good. So how did you come onto this call?
Same, going through the Facebook page, and it was quite attractive for me, so I decided to log on.
To join us,
so much.
We are online every day at 8 o'clock. Administrator, please put our number. We are giving you a WhatsApp number. You all can save the WhatsApp number, and we will send you a broadcast every day of the subject in advance. If you send us your number on WhatsApp, administrator is putting it the number, and you can join us every day at 8 o'clock. Please, we'll be happy to have you on the call. Thank you, Amrinder ji. Thank you for introducing yourself.
Thanks.
Or koi, before I close, is there anybody else? Any new person? So, my dear friends, like you see, there are many new people who are looking for this message But this message is not easy to find. So when all of us get together, there is the grace of the divine that comes upon us to ask questions. And I don't speak. I am just a loudspeaker, just a mouthpiece. SIP, the supreme immortal power, speaks through us. We are nothing. SIP is everything. With folded hands and welcoming our two new joining, Amrinder and I'm missing the name, Amrinder and Mr. Rajinder. Both Amrinder and Rajinder, welcome to you, and we'll see you again on the call. Thank you, my dear friends. See you tomorrow.